Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Bone, Blood, and Blade. My name is Will. I'll be your storyteller this evening. And before anything happens, I would like all of you to know that I do have a small solo cup because, as a gift for me going away from our home, we will be drinking sake. Uh, the rules are that we will be taking a sip of sake whenever there's an incredibly low roll, so I'm looking at Tamori Mori's athletics checks, or an incredibly high roll, so that'll be either Kuni's investigation or the Doji's Yaijutsu. So this will be an interesting evening, to say the least. Excuse me. And with that being said, we last left off where the group engaged an ogre that had snuck onto the campgrounds where they had laid down for the night. And upon being attacked, they saw that it burst out into three different spider onis, one of which was blinded from a previous encounter with Bayushis. The blind one was the last one to be killed, which was cornered by the three of them. And while it was begging for its life, the samurai made quick work of decapitating it. The doji investigated the dragon encampment and noticed that three of the bedrolls were untouched, leading them to believe that three of the three spiders were the three shapeshifters that had taken over. Nana and the other samurai that nobody has introduced themselves to were left in the care of the Bayushis. Excuse me. As the group made their way back into the city, fearing that the Doji's wife was in danger because she was surrounded by all the shapeshifters. The Kuni checked Bayushi Simon for any scars or taint before they left, just to make sure. And they also stopped in at the Temple of the Fortune of Wealth, just to make sure that no reanimated corpses were kind of lingering about. They shifted off to the city, where they noticed that there was a bit of fanfare and a joviality to the city, and an Imperial family banner waving from the magistrate's building, as one of the advanced scouts had arrived to the city to let them know that the Miwa is en route and at most a couple of days out. They came across Hida Aguro fishing at the shoreline, talking to a ferryman, who then they commandeered his boat to go to the island, came up with a code phrase so that they could tell each other apart, and they could order the ferryman to come back to pick them up once they were done. As they traveled further into the island, they realized that the traps had been marked and set off. And arriving at the actual temple grounds, they came across a scene of a table with some maps of the cities laid out, a copy of each of them around what was Doji's wife, and the unnamed samurai and Tamori Nana kind of off to the side. And as our samurai sprang into action, knocking their copies out, Tamori Mori, the unnamed samurai, turned into large spider oni, and the worst fear is that Doji's wife, standing behind him, who he tried to protect, turned out to be a spider creature herself, and we ended the session with him feeling a grievous wound as two of her legs came down like a spear into his side, and a spatter of blood marked the maps on the table. And this is where we're going to pick up our group. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So, first things first, let me shake things up in my bottle, and let me pour myself at least a couple of fingers height of liqueur. That's a lot. So, this is a nice little bottle of Tozai Snow Maiden sake, which they recommend you drink chilled. I'm drinking mine at room temperature because I am a big dumb and I didn't read labels.
You don't read.
I don't read. Who's got time to
I don't
read
read.
these days?
Not me.
No need. No need to read.
Oh man, I can't wait to describe one of the NPCs you have to kill as looking like Adam Driver, just to see
No.
the pain on your
Now-
face.
No. Not happening. I'll save the spider.
Yeah, yeah. That's one spider that gets to live. So the 3 of your clones are on the floor unconscious, rather, and the 2 spiders are off to the side. There is a large spider looming over the doji. I have already taken the liberty of marking the damage you've taken. I've also taken the liberty of using your last void point because I rolled 2 10s on my damage.
Oh, so that was already. Oh, okay. I was
So-
like, it's 24?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like 30 something, and I was like, no. What
And you reduced my armor?
do you mean I reduced your armor? Oh no, I did not. So you have less.
Yeah.
I did not. Good looking out.
Like what? 3 points, or is it
Yeah,
2 or what?
3 points.
Okay, so I'm at 21.
Yeah.
Got it.
Got it.
Good catch.
Okay.
Good catch. I did forget that armor gives you
So I'm
reduction.
at wound level. Wow, that hurts.
I hurt myself
Plus
today.
10.
Gosh dang it.
Yeah.
So
No, I'm not at hurt. I'm at gaze still. I'm 1 point away from hurt.
Did you say dazed or gaze?
Grazed. Sorry.
Grazed. yeah,
I was like, the
This is the
gaze?
gaze.
he's
No,
gazed.
no. Not the way you look at Adam Driver.
The second his wife died, he was like, well, time to switch teams.
Oh, well. Hey.
That's it.
My girls need another daddy. So let's grab our icons and let's have you guys roll your initiatives
Okay.
so we can see how the party's gonna look.
Here we go.
Find a clean scrap of paper here.
Did I not click it? Hello. Oh, there it is.
Now, we said when we roll high, we're going to take a sip. What do we consider high? Anything over 20?
I think
Yeah.
anything over 30 and anything in the single digits is definitely sip worthy.
Jaime.
Yeah.
Look at that. We need to take a sip. We already started. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Listen,
Bye.
I'm gloating of the fact that I knocked myself out.
And bye.
Itadakimasu.
You know.
Ooh. I should have chilled it. I definitely should have chilled it.
Girl, that's yo. Girl.
Yeah. So Kuni got 7. Mori got 14.
Doji got 22.
Doji got 22.
Come mierda.
Almost.
That's another sip.
Almost. It is not a sip. It's 30 or higher.
My bad.
Another sip anyways.
Yeah, you know.
You mentioned the Adam Driver. I had to sip.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, the spiders. I almost forgot from how much sipping I've done.
No, sip more. Sip
Yeah.
more.
Sip as much
They
as
don't
you
need
want.
it. They don't need initiative. They go at the end of the round.
They
Right.
go. I mean, maybe. Oh no, not her. Not her though. I can't math anymore. There it is.
Numbers.
And I'm a theater major. I don't do numbers.
It can't work.
Why do this to me, brain? So because she technically already took her action in spearing the shit out of Doji. I'll say that her 27 has already been used. So it brings us to Doji Izanagi.
How many arms does she have?
She has
Spider.
2 and 6
Oh.
spider legs. No, she has
Oh,
the 2
okay.
human arms. Yeah, the upper torso from the belly up is humanoid, and then the back
She
is
got
just
titties out.
arachnid. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, it's a drider.
yeah. And she
Gross.
is wearing the multi clan robe.
Ooh.
Oh, you're gonna-
Dochi.
You're gonna pay for that. Okay, so I need someone. I need one of these monsters alive.
There's 2 that are unconscious on the floor.
Yeah, you got 3 unconscious on the floor.
Yeah, we're fine. We have plenty.
Oh, I
Okay,
forgot
fine.
to.
Then I'm gonna do. I'm.
Forgot to roll for a guru.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, please,
Krabby Crab.
because he's probably very angry.
Yeah.
Damn it!
He's a
Because
crustacean.
I gave him one job and he failed.
Yep. Oh, oh yeah.
You catch the biggest fish in the lake.
He's,
I know. I gave him a job to protect
He
my
dragged
wife.
it in the whole river.
you know how happy
He was supposed to keep it.
you know how happy he's gonna be when he catches a fish with that fucking line.
Not now, because I'm gonna guilt him and say that fish was it worth it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, it is.
No,
Doji's
I
gonna start
wouldn't
us.
blame him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't blame him. These are shapeshifters. There's
Yeah.
no way he could have known. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna blame him for that.
Yeah, but Doji does
Okay,
start the
so-
hero round.
Okay, so I'm going to cut the living crap out of this thing to pieces.
Yep.
I'm going to faint and use
Ooh.
my free raise to lower my faint by 1 point.
Yep. So it's only
By yeah,
+3 +10 TN.
yes.
What does that put you at with your wound penalty too?
It's a +5 TN and because I get rid of 1 raise and it's 2 raises, so it gives me a +10 total. This is +5 for being grazed,
Mm.
and the raise so it's +10.
We get points for being gay.
Surprise.
raise 29,
Mm.
almost to 30.
It's
Damn it,
15.
we almost had another sip.
Almost. You barely hit.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, and my damage is going to be, I don't know what I surpassed by TN by, but add it to
Yep.
that. 23.
Puño.
23 damage. Okay. 29 to hit with your feint. Barely hits. 23 damage. Subtract her damage reduction. Brings us,
She's a bitch.
yeah, it brings us to a Guro. And since he's standing in front of the spider that was Nana, he's just gonna take a swing. You see him kind of like turn in the group's direction. He's just like, we're killing these, yes?
Yes.
Really? He has to ask about the one that changed and that my wife changed? Yes.
He still feels bad that he had to punch the shit out of this little girl who's now turned into this giant spider.
Well, I had a good time watching it.
Oh, Guru, smash it.
Girl smash.
Oh, so he didn't knock
wait a minute.
that one out?
He said he's faced these things on the wall.
Yeah, from
That he's
from
seen
the
these
wall.
yeah, dude.
That means he's shot at them with arrows from the safety of the wall.
Well, now you have to put your big boy pants on, get in there and hit it with your damn big stick. Come on,
Yeah,
let's
right.
go.
Hit it with the hammer. Yeah, he doesn't have his hammer. But he does a meaty minus a reduction. A meaty 13. Excuse me. And you see the one that was Nana just take this long gash, and he kind of looks back. He's like, it's not dead. This worries me. But it brings us to Mori.
Yeah. Wait. He's with Nana. Doji has one. I already knocked out the ones near me, right?
You knocked out your copy, so the other
Yeah.
dragon samurai is about 5 feet away from you.
All right, I'm gonna start slashing. I'm gonna start swinging.
So I started blasting.
So I started. That's it. That's all. I take out both of them. I go chop chop.
Okay.
Ready?
Then do your X faction.
Do my what?
Your X cut. Roll your attack.
Yeah, that one. Oh,
28. God damn.
Nice.
You hit. Roll your damage.
thank you. I was about to be like, do I hit?
No,
If you miss, I'm just gonna go back to the boat and make sure they don't get off the island.
Okay.
That's it.
Just give them a
No.
give them a stern warning.
She's
Turn around.
Yeah.
the girl.
Like, let 'em starve to
the
death
one
out there.
The one that was my wife is still active. You need to take it out before it rips one of us.
But 28 misses. Just letting you know.
Then we're just gonna walk away.
Oh yeah, if 28 misses, I was just gonna be like, well, why am I here?
Yeah. No.
You
You
sign up?
yeah. You see the one that was Nana and the one that you've just attacked. They start to chitter, and you hear this kind of hypersonic little chirping noise, and
They're calling to more of them.
she nods, and you see her just kind of scooch down low, and then she just vaults herself over so she lands behind you, so you're kind of like in a pincer of the two of them, Mori. And both of them are gonna try to just spear you with their front feelers.
Guys,
Oh, no.
Rude.
Very.
Okay. I mean, I rolled an 11, so that's probably gonna miss.
Ha,
That's
fuck
definitely a
you.
miss.
And then Nana.
Especially since we put them back in their armor on the way over here.
Yeah.
Nana rolled a 16.
That might still.
It
What's
does
your
hit.
armor with your?
Oh, it's +5. So no, it doesn't hit. Ha ha ha.
21. Yeah, it misses.
Yes. Armor, awesome win.
Yeah. So you see the one spear come flying towards you. You see the second one behind you come flying towards you, and in just typical Mori fashion, there's a kind of majestic mental image of them doing like a pirouette, they kind of dodge out of it, but in reality it's just the most awkward thing that these two have ever seen, but you've avoided both of
Good.
them like a fucking G.
Right. But in my head,
Oh, in your
I'm the
head there's
protagonist.
fucking fireworks. It is
Right.
it is like fucking Deadpool in your head.
that's exactly what's going on.
There's a unicorn that comes out of nowhere.
Mhm.
And it's just like,
Mhm.
I believe in you, Mori.
That makes sense.
And
That makes sense to Mori.
I love how Mori has just gotten more and more Deadpool as we've played.
Very much so. Very much so.
I'm concerned that there's a unicorn here now.
There
Yeah,
might be, but
Oh.
only I can see it because
yeah.
I'm special.
That,
Crazy.
those Karen are deadly, bro. But that brings us to Kuni Seizo.
Kuni.
All right.
Don't let us down. Don't let us
Well,
down.
it's like action still to draw your weapon, right?
It's a simple action.
Yeah,
Do you-
but
do you
still,
have
it's a
3
complex
ranks?
action.
Hold on. Do you have 3 ranks in
Kenjutsu?
Jutsu?
In Kenjutsu? No.
Oh, never
Oh,
mind then.
yeah.
Because
Nope.
if you had 3 ranks, I think it's free.
Yeah, I think it becomes a free action to draw your blade.
No.
Okay.
I don't think I do.
Okay.
Nope. 2. I'm gonna move forward. I'm gonna move towards the one that's flanking Mori.
Okay. You have
And
enough.
I'm
You
just-
have enough to get there.
Yeah.
You
And
gonna?
I'm gonna Aijutsu it.
Oh.
I mean, sorry, Jujitsu it. Sorry.
Oh shit.
Jujitsu that bitch.
So are you gonna punch it, or are you gonna try to like sweep one
No,
of its
kick
legs?
No, I'll kick
I'm
it.
a kick. Can you drop kick it, please?
Yeah, I'll drop kick it. It was
Is there
Just-
a curb? Can we curb stomp it?
Just like a Street Fighter 4, just front flip into like a fucking drop
Right.
kick.
Right. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Just like he puts oil on his foot, sets it on fire just to be spectacular about it.
26.
26 hits. Jesus.
That's right.
Weird damage. This would be the one that was Nana.
18 for a kick. That is awesome.
God damn.
Bro, for a kick, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Bro, you come down on this thing's like what would be its knee, and you just hear the crack, and it just starts to limp.
I got 8 more of those legs to go.
8 more,
7 more to go.
baby. Yeah, but you definitely see that it is now 1 leg less capable.
Yeah, I'm just trying to create some space so Maury's not sandwiched. That's not great.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, thank you.
The big one, you see her step away from Doji, and she raises up the front 2 of her spider legs and brings them crashing down, and you see the earth of the ground around her start to kind of churn like water, and it slowly creeps up her body to create this kind of armature, almost a mimic of what Tamori Mori's wearing.
Crap, that makes it a lot harder for me to hit her.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's her turn. Brings us to Doji.
Oh, gee.
The idea of fainting her again. I'm just going to attack her, and I'm going to put that free raise to damage.
Mhm.
I missed.
Yeah, 16 is definitely not gonna hit her. Not with the armor on.
Yeah.
So yeah, your sword sparks as it scratches as the blade tip kind of dances over the earthen armor that she's just summoned onto herself, and there's a sadistic smile that comes over her face. And you see now that it has started to shift away from your wife's face, but it is keeping a feminine kind of face as it's shifting back into whatever form it is most comfortable in. But there's harsh lines, almost like there's a masculine face that's trying to come up to the surface. But it does bring us to a Guro, who's going to come charging over in the full attack.
Attack the lady!
Yeah, no, he comes rushing. Oh, Jesus. That's a good roll. I think we're gonna
Come
be.
on, Graham.
I think we're gonna be sipping. Yeah, we're definitely gonna be sipping. Okay.
Tell me the number.
45.
45.
Mm-hmm.
It
Damn.
hit! And if it doesn't, I'm scared.
No,
More than
it
scared.
definitely
I'm
hits.
over.
I had 2 10s on his initial roll, and one of those 10s drew another 10. So he's in the full attack stance. That gives him an extra die for damage. Not bad. This to Nana. So he cuts Nana in half. And you see the spider creature just kind of hissing and crying out in pain as it just has this huge chunk of its abdomen cut clean off of it as he comes running over. You can just see that there's a fury that you haven't seen before. And he's just breathing heavy. But it brings us to Mori.
So did he kill that one or no?
Yeah, yeah. He killed the one that was not.
Oh, okay, cool. So wait, so then how many are left? Just the big lady?
The big lady and the one that was the other samurai.
How far is the other samurai from me?
He's right in front of you. That's the one
Oh, I'm gonna attack
that's the
him.
one that you
Let me get
initially
this guy.
attacked.
Oh, then let me get that guy. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. No, Nana's the one that came over to fucking try to fuck you up.
Aw, no. Okay. Got it. I wanna kill him. Okay?
Let's see what happens.
Let's do it. Let's just kill him. Let's just murder him.
14's definitely not gonna do it.
All right. Well,
So you flash your swords and they dance around his carapace, kind of like giving off the same sparks that you saw Doji when he attacked. It brings us to him. Gonna try to pierce you again, and man, it would be nice if I rolled over a 5.
no. Shh. Oh, a 5. Lovely. I'll take
Yeah.
a swig and not a hit.
Yeah, so it's another sip, everybody. I rolled a
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, Palante.
total of 7.
Mm-hmm.
Let me refill my cup. I'm just gonna do more than a shot, so I don't have to keep refilling my cup very often.
Fair.
And if I have to drink anything at the end, I'll you know what? I'll just suffer through it like an adult.
Thank you.
So after Guro, after they go, it is Kuni's turn.
I'd introduce him to the fisticuffs again.
Okay. Are you kicking again, or are you using your
James!
Punch. I'm gonna punch.
Jesus 27? Yeah,
I'm designed to apprehend people alive.
yeah. I mean,
No, kill it.
you're definitely breaking their bones with your apprehension skills.
Listen, well, you know,
How much damage are you gonna do? Like 85? 25. Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
I roll.
Damn. God damn.
It's your thunder.
This
Yeah.
entire time he's been holding back by drawing his katana.
Yeah, Osano
I am
lives in
actually
his
worse
fists.
with my katana than I am with my fist. Yes.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. So you since you're the closest to Mori, you hear the impact of this what looks like a human fist on a spider's like fleshy leg, but it does have this reverberating crack, and you just see the spider like go limp. So much so that the spider kind of like looks in his direction, half surprised and half angry.
I mean, I'm surprised.
We're all surprised. We had the fucking Hulk on our team and we never fucking thought about it.
You see it kind of chitter, and you hear the hypersonic kind of noise that they make to communicate with each other. Excuse me. And you see the woman kind of nod at it. And as it does, because it's now looking more like a male, and it's not the old man, it's not the old naked man that you saw on the top of the mountain. It is a male that you and Tamori would kind of recognize if you both make a heraldry roll for me.
Okay.
I think Tamori doesn't have heraldry, so it's just going to be a
Lore?
lore untrained.
Theology?
No,
Do I
untrained.
get to add 1 die for my perfect memory?
Yes, I'll let you take the die.
For theology or Shugenja?
No, use Shugenja.
17.
You can use your Shugenja lore.
Shugenja. Okay, and I am trained, so.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
I'll go fuck myself then.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
17 and 18. That's enough. You notice as this spider's new form the new face that it's taking, it is very reminiscent of a Shugenja that both of you have heard of from the Dragonlands. Tamori Mori would have grown up hearing about it because it was definitely somebody that was in communications with their father. Doji would have recognized it because of just kind of like the inner workings of the family and how your wife's family is kind of structured. But it looks like Tamori Kikiro.
Okay. I mean, I know that my character knows this, but I'm like,
Yeah. He was a samurai or Shugenja rather, that was chosen to be a representative of the Dragon Clan, as one of the shoguns had decided to try to create a group of one member from each clan to kind of police the lands as like the first real Emerald Magistrates that would work for the people instead of like the individual daimyos. They would go wherever trouble was kind of showing its face. But that group disappeared about 2 years ago.
Fantastic. Okay. I guess we just found out what happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but you see as he kind of takes his regular form, he looks around and he just kind of spits on the ground in front of you. We have your wife. The day is ours. And you see him raise his hand to the sky, and there is a lash of lightning that shoots down and just scoops him up.
Shit!
okay, so pause. Hold on.
Yeah.
I look at Doji. That motherfucker at the beginning of the meeting, the one that's not associated with anyone, that guy's a spider. We gotta go.
Yeah.
There's still a spider left.
Judy? Well, fuck that spider. I'm not wasting my time. Don't care about that one.
It is the
But that
Doji's.
guy.
It is the Doji's turn.
Okay, well. Doji.
I turn to the last spider and I go all attack.
Okay.
Girl.
Okay.
You guys have never seen me lose composure like this.
Yeah.
You saw me lose
And-
composure like 2 games ago.
Yeah, but my character's
When I was
always
injured
been-
as hell. Fine.
even in combat.
Oh, yes.
And I just lose it. And I'm gonna put my my free raise to attack.
Yeah. All attack. Remember, all attack gives you +2 die. Two keep 0.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even add it, and I got a 22
Oh yeah. So we'll just say that you would have gotten enough for another sip.
damage.
Yeah.
No, actually, because I didn't know about the 2 raises. I'll put that raise to damage instead.
No, it's not a raise. It's actually 2 +2 keep 0 to your attack roll because of the all attack stance.
Okay, then I forgot about that. I would put my free raise to damage then.
Yeah, that's fine.
So 14 damage.
14 damage. That is enough, even with its damage reduction. You also come over and kind of leaning into the anger that's been bubbling up inside of you. You just come down with the most barbaric strike that all of you have ever seen Doji kind of lash out with. He's always been very precise, very clean lines, and this is just barbaric. It is two-handed, it is over the head, it is full of rage.
There is a very small part of Mori that enjoys that sight. It's like the smallest part,
Yeah.
but understands where this comes from, so doesn't say anything.
And as it kind of crumples to the ground and it starts to disintegrate in front of you, you can see that the copy of Doji starts to stir, and there's a little kind of groan of pain as it's kind of coming to.
It wakes up with my katana at its throat.
Okay.
and I'm looking down at it, and I'm just furious. Like my hair has come loose, and oh yeah, I'm just
Yeah. You see its hands slowly come up, and as it does, you see it kind of
don't move.
he shrinks down into like what looks to be maybe an adolescent boy of about maybe 12 or 13.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, I'm sorry for
Where is my wife?
is that the scary lady?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Oh,
Where is she?
I saw them. They were taking her south. Once they gathered everyone,
What
You-
would South be?
The
the
temple.
the temple to the fortune of death.
Mm-hmm.
And you see him kind of look around, and he's just like, did they leave our plum pudding?
What?
To your
Sure.
knees.
How did this happen to you?
He's like, my sister and my brother and I, we were promised plum pudding. And you see at this point the copy of Tamori Mori turns into like this kind of little girl as she kind of wakes up, and the copy of Kuni Seizo turns into another kind of little boy as he wakes up.
They're lying.
Uh, they look to be the youngest looks to be about maybe 10. The little girl looks to be maybe 11 or 12.
Yeah.
And he just kind of like,
nice try. You took my form. Bullshit. You are not play acting. You're play acting now.
no,
I am offering you
no,
clean death.
we're Obake.
Up to your knees. Get up to your knees.
You see, they kind of look at you. They're like, we don't. We're sorry that whatever happened, but
Off with his head.
Oh,
make an attack roll.
Can I intercept his hand before he does that?
Have him make an attack roll and have you make a jujutsu roll, and let's see who.
All right.
32.
Pero
Oh.
coño.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's gonna get that.
That's a sip.
Yeah, he's gonna get that.
Okay.
It's just I'm that angry right now.
Yeah.
There's no way you're stopping me.
Yeah.
I cut his head off, and then I point to the next one.
You
and
see,
I grapple Doji.
Do it.
You see that as the blade swings forward, the little boy shoots backwards, and you see that in the instance that he kind of lands away from you, that there is a little cut on his body, but he is in the shape of, where is he? He's in the shape of a small fox with two tails. And you see the little girl suddenly take the shape of a Japanese squirrel, and the other little boy takes the shape of a red panda. And you see them kind of like gather around each other.
Wow, I missed him with a 32.
I mean, you barely cut him.
With a 32.
Yeah, you hit
Damn.
him. You hit him, but
Well, first of all, are you grappling him? Because I would love to see
No,
that.
they jumped away.
Okay.
Really?
I
You're
look at-
falling for I look at you and I go, you're falling for this.
Me?
No. I'm looking at the
And-
crap. You're falling for this?
No, I turned towards them and I said, "You don't need to dirty your hands with this part."
Oh no, I want to.
I know, but
They took my actually, this is actually pretty funny. They took my snow maiden.
you see Aguro step forward, and he kind of
yes. You still need to be you when you get her back.
you
Not a
see
monster.
Aguro step forward, and he kind of pulls out one of his a piece of his trail rations, and he kind of hands it over, and you see the red panda kind of walk over, and he takes it and he kind of like falls onto his back and kind of like starts to eat it. And you see Aguro kind of like just petting the thing's stomach, and he's just like,
I want to pet it.
Look at
I
this
want to pet
thing.
it. Mori comes over and
They're
pets the
spider
panda.
demons. What are you doing?
I pet the panda.
Yeah, it is soft and it is warm.
Thank you.
I'm gonna attempt to approach one of
Look
the
at
other
that!
ones.
Look at
I know.
Doji.
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah, Oguro looks back at you. He's like, he said he's Obake. I've never been next to an Obake before. You want some more of my trail rations? And the red panda kind of makes one of those little noises that they make. And he's like, oh my god, yes. And he just kind of like breaks a bigger chunk and gives it to him.
In complete disgust, I walk over to what's left of one of the bodies to clean my katana.
Yeah.
Put it back in its scabbard, and I'm walking to shore.
Okay.
Because there's another shapeshifter back home that started all this shit that's going to die before the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Mori also
I-
stands and follows Doji begrudgingly because they want to pet a panda.
Yeah.
Crouch down in
It's
front
not
of
a panda, it's a spider demon!
I crouched down in front of like the other two.
They're wary of you.
Of course. Well, they didn't notice that I tried to stop him.
No, the three of you are humans, and the last humans kind of told them they were gonna get plum pudding, and they didn't get any plum pudding, and now the next group of humans they've seen have attacked them, so they're a little wary.
Why did he take the form of me?
Why would you assist Oni?
Spirits are spirits. We were promised
Did
plum
that.
pudding. And orange preserves, you hear the little girl. Don't forget the orange preserves.
I mean, that's a cute reason.
Ah,
And they're still in their animal form when they talk to you.
I know. I figured.
And you see Aguro still hasn't moved. Like he's still kind of like petting and playing with the red panda. Like he's picking them up and kind of like fucking letting them run all over him. And he's just like, Kuni, it's Obake. I heard stories, but it's Obake.
Obaki are supernatural creatures that are shapeshifters, right?
Yep.
Do I know this as a character?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
They are not tainted creatures from the Shadowlands. They are natural spirits that kind of come from the forest and the woodlands. And the most popular Obake is, of course, the nine-tailed fox. The fox spirits. The kitsune.
I grab a trail ration from my pack, and I'm like, look, I don't have any sweets. I'm sorry. Do you know where these spider spirits went? Or why they are here?
There's a colony in the mountains, but they didn't let us go inside. There's an angry man who's in charge of everything inside, and the other angry man who was pretending to be the angry woman. He's in charge of everything outside.
Okay.
The scary woman promised us plum pudding. You hear the little girl again. And orange preserves.
They lied to you, and I give them my trail ration.
Mm-hmm.
I just break it in half as best I can and give it to them.
He takes both chunks and gives one of them to her. And she kind of smells it and has this very kind of childish, disgusted face, like this is not what she wanted. But she starts to eat it. This is not plum pudding.
Is there anything you can tell me to help me find more of these spider spirits?
They said something about going south, about the three anchors. They wouldn't say too much around us.
They're trying to hurt people.
Oh, we don't want to hurt people. We just wanted plum pudding. And the other one's like, and orange preserves. The raccoon has just been like chittering away and kind of like making raccoon noises, and Ida Aguro is on the floor, like on his back, just like lifting him up like he's a little child, and he's making like airplane noises and things. Like he's just kind of like popping him up into the air, catching him. Like,
Do you know anything about this town?
we've lived here for a little bit, but we've never been inside. Have
Have you ever seen the samurai that are in charge here?
No, the spiders don't let us go into the city.
Oh. Well, I'm glad they haven't hurt you. I'm sorry for striking you.
It's something we're getting used to.
Well, we've been getting attacked by shapeshifters lately, and we've been on edge. And the one walking away is missing the love of his life.
That's sad.
Yes, they were taken by your spider spirits.
We can help if it'll make up for what we've done.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't hear it, but yeah. Tell him yeah.
Sure.
Take the panda.
But I don't want you to get hurt. And
oh no!
I go, we have a boat this way. And
no, and you see him. The leader kind of shapeshifts himself into like a braided leather band that looks like it'll either fit on a bicep or a wrist. The little girl turns herself into an iridescent colored scarf, and the panda, you see it kind of like circles Hida Aguro as he stands, and he kind of like picks up the gourd from his belt, and you see him kind of pour some of his glow into it, and he gives it back to Aguro, and then he kind of like, you see him become less transparent and spiritual, and he becomes more of like a real like red panda. Like he's more solid looking and things like that, and he just kind of like starts to meander towards you, and he hands you the band and the scarf.
Yeah, I guess I'll put the band on and I'll wear the scarf. Does my jade react to them?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
All right.
The band. So the band will give you a +1 keep 1 to your damage rolls.
Okay.
Nice.
The scarf gives you an extra DR of 5 while in combat.
Okay. Wow.
And drinking everything that's in the gourd will heal 3, keep 3 wounds.
Okay. We'll save that for a rainy day, I guess. Yeah, and I make my way down to the beach to catch up with the others.
Yeah, you see Hidaguro just kind of bend down and grab the pan and just like carry him.
When I get to the lake, has it been evaporated from all the burning rage and anger? Bunch of fish flopping on the shore.
Do you remember the phrase to bring the boatman?
Phoenix fire, like Phoenix fires.
Yeah. You see him trying to still hold on to the fishing rod, but also kind of like push the ferry forward.
Fishing rod. Do you see me with a beautiful scarf?
Yeah.
You might not notice.
Oh no, the scarf glows with iridescent color, like it catches the sun.
Mari compliments your scarf.
Yeah, but you see Aguro carrying the raccoon.
Thank you.
The red panda.
As soon as I get in the boat, I pull my wakizashi. I cut a part of my kimono.
Okay.
And I wrap my wound, like angrily. Like
Okay.
Like any composure I had is currently gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna medicine check you.
Okay. Aguro, you see
Actually, Did I do that last? Who did I message check last time? Was it him? Because I don't think I can do it again. Can I?
Yeah, it was him. So you can't. You gotta wait at least 48 hours to do it again.
Yeah, you can do it again to me.
Yeah. But you see Hidaguro sitting on the opposite side of the boat of the Euron, so that he can kind of keep the raccoon, the red panda on his lap. And he just kind of like looks over at Mori. He's just like, Mori, it's a panda.
I try to keep my composure for Doji, but at the same time want to pet the fluffy tail.
Yeah.
At one point during the ride back,
Mhm.
I stare across the boat to my best friend.
Yep.
With dagger eyes.
Yep.
He had one job.
Yep.
And even though my normal mind would be like, they're shape changers, there's no way you could do it. I am so mad right now that he sees me give him those eyes. I take out my katana, I lie it in front of me, and I try to meditate.
Let's have you roll your meditation.
There's a lot of tension on this boat.
I mean, not from nice. Nice. You do get one of your void points back. And as you're meditating, you will hear some of the excitement as a fish is finally hooked. And you see that Oguro gives you the red panda to hold, Mori.
I take it gladly and I put it in my kimono so you can only see the head and I wrap it.
And you see him start to fight the fish.
Does he punch it like Cooney does?
Yeah, he just drop kicks it
Oh my god!
Drop kick the fish!
right onto the boat.
He's gonna reel in a spider demon. Oh look!
Oh, we found more.
Oh god!
But yeah, the ferryman kind of stops for a moment to let him fight with the fish. And after like maybe 20 minutes of him fighting with the fish, he finally brings it on board, and you can see that it's this fucking big old tuna.
That sounds excellent. I clap. I clap and I get the little panda's hands and I clap them.
Yeah. He kind of looks up at you like what are you doing to him? But then he just kind of like allows it. Yeah.
Yeah, but can it be like a little bit limp so like it's like, you know?
Oh yeah, he's not fighting you in any way, shape, or form.
Perfect. I love that for me.
But you get back to the shore. You can see there has been no change from the city. Like they are still kind of air of jovialness. There's kind of excitement that's palatable in the air. And you see Oguro kind of reach out for the panda.
Oh.
What'd you say?
I just get up and walk off the boat, walking toward the I forgot what it's called, the main house, the main building.
Oh, the magistrate building?
So you're not gonna go
Yes.
south?
There's one more shapeshifter here. The one that set up everything with my wife. The one that separated the group, then put them back together.
Mm-hmm. Well, he
That
didn't
son of
want
a
us to get back
bitch.
together. We're supposed to be on our way to the mountain.
Yes, but we were told that before the dragon came up to the mountain, right? That the group was separated by, I forgot who it was. It was the guy who clearly hates all the clans.
Yeah, he's like not the diamond, like
He
the chief.
separated the group and
Yeah.
then came back.
Yeah, Corin,
No,
my
I
wife.
agree.
the military
Yeah,
advisor.
Corin, I told you that he when you guys found me again that he wants to kill you.
Yeah, he's probably a spider demon working with him.
Okay. I just think he's a guy who doesn't know what he's dealing with and made some bad choices.
Well, those bad choices put my wife in danger.
Yeah. Look, if he's a
And
demon, I'll kill him. If he's
he
changed it,
is-
I'll kill him. But if
he-
he's not, there's not much I'm
if he
going to
is
do
a
to him.
demon, is a demon, and the Imperial group is coming in. Do we want to? You know what I mean?
No, I agree with you. On the way there, do we pass by the Bayushi's tea house?
No, the Bayushi's tea house is on the opposite side of town.
I want to make sure that they got back okay. All right, let's go. So we got to walk through town anyways.
Okay.
Let's go, Doji.
But yeah, Hideguro pulls the raccoon, the panda away, and he's like, "I'm gonna get my Tetsubo if we're going south. I want to be ready for whatever's down there."
Meet us at the Lotus House, the tea house.
Okay. You see him just kind of like, again, holding the red panda up, like it's his child, basically. Like he's just kind of like popping it into the air, catching it. He's just like happily walking through town.
I can't do this politically blindly. The only reason why I'm not kicking a door in is because I meditated and I successfully meditated. Because if not, there would have been like,
Yeah.
I would have acted like a crab and kicked the door in and been like, "I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker!" And yeah, it would have been bad.
What is his status compared to ours? Is the question.
Yeah, he is sitting at, I think, what would be status 5.
Okay, so he's significantly higher than me. I don't know about the rest.
Which is why I need it. I'm a 2. I'm a 2. That's why I need an ally.
Yeah, I mean, I would help you, but I'm no help in this aspect.
So he's a 5. The dragon representative for the Phoenix representative for the city
is much higher than
There's
that.
I am going to them first. Because what's about to happen, I'm the one, I cannot initiate it. My rank is too low.
Yeah. Let me see.
And it might, and I'm telling you right now, it will probably end up in a jitsu duel. Because I am not going to let this motherfucker get away with it.
Is there some, like, are there people walking around in town?
Oh, yeah.
I approach one and ask
like
them if lightning. I approached somebody and asked them, like a few people. I just asked them if lightning has struck anywhere within town.
No, they look at you confused. The head of the magistrates is a status 3, actually.
Okay, they're higher than me.
Yeah.
The
daimyo of the city is a status of 5. That's where I got it mixed up.
Okay, then I need at least a 3 because I'm gonna need somebody with me on this because me by myself is gonna make it difficult. So I'm gonna go talk
to an ally who's at least like maybe the daimyo can authorize a duel or whatever.
The daimyo isn't the daimyo who I'm talking about.
No, you're talking about the military advisor, the head of the magistrates.
Military advisor.
Oh,
yeah.
Is the daimyo though? He's not of any clan either, right?
No, he's clanless, but he's considered status 5.
But how has he been acting toward the clan, like us?
I mean, he's the one that allowed the crane to kind of take up the magistrate building. He
was kind to us.
Yeah, he understands the position he's in, and from what you've seen,
I'm gonna go to him directly then.
Yep.
You want company?
And I'm gonna try. Yes, I need witnesses. Okay. I need both of you.
Okay, and I'm just making sure.
And I need. I'm gonna try to get a private audience with him.
Okay, excuse me.
Be aware, they think we headed out of town, so you'll know if they, depending on how they treat us.
Yeah.
Because they think that we headed towards the mountain. So depending on how he treats us, if he's like, "What are you doing back?" then he might be okay. If he thinks we're the doppelgangers,
yeah,
I should tell you what you need to know.
You see
I'm gonna see if I can have a by the way, I fix my hair and that's it. So the wound is bloody and wrapped.
Okay.
It's visible. My kimono's cut. I don't fix it.
Okay.
I don't have time for this.
Yeah, you see as you approach the kind of top floor of the magistrate building, one of the older magistrates, who looks to be kind of like a well-kept beard that has a peppering of white in it. There's white streaks of kind of gray hairs that sprout and kind of have grown roots that come out of his temples and into the back of his hair. Mori recognizes him as Bogan. He's one of the magistrates, the Eshigaru magistrates that kind of like helps take care of the city. You know, they police. They normally are sent into the north area of the city. That's their quadrant. And usually they'll be rotated out to kind of guard the actual magistrate building. And as he sees you, he bows to all three of you. Samurai, I am honored to make your acquaintance.
Does he look surprised to see me?
Oh yeah. Glad to see all of you.
I just tell him I need to talk to him now in private.
I will see if he is available. And you see him kind of excuse himself. He
is there anything can I use my etiquette to think of anything I could say that would
Wait. Chewy.
Yeah.
Is this the same Bogan that worked under Hakon? Or no?
No.
Okay, because there was somebody that had the same 2-syllable word. Okay, all right, just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Is there anything I could say with I'm thinking using my etiquette, is there anything I could say to really push home how important this is? The fact that I'm bleeding and I have a big should help.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead and make your etiquette roll.
22.
Okay. No, 22. Yeah. He kind of sees the urgency of the situation and he nods. Yeah. I'll check what that name is, but technically this guy is 4 syllables because it's Bo U Ga N.
Ooh.
That's
Okay.
it.
Got it.
Bogan.
Because I think you said Botan or something very simple,
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah, I believe.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I was like, wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Got it.
Yeah, but this is Bogan.
I need to punch him.
Yeah.
Come on, Hulk.
It's Boltan.
Botan was the other one, right?
The other one, yeah. It was Boltan, Gonmaru,
Got it.
Ojin.
I have Botan right there. Look, I don't know if you can see the little box.
Trying to remember which one of them is
Botan right now.
Is the legless one that you guys left alive?
I don't know, but he's probably having a bad time.
Oh yeah, he's.
So there's one without a leg, yeah.
Yeah, that's the legless one. The legless wonder.
Or a spider found him, injected him, and now he has brand new legs.
Ooh.
New legs. I can offer you legs
That's
as long as they're hairy.
And we're gonna see him crawling toward us, like instead of arms and legs, he's a torso with spider legs.
Yeah, just a flesh wound.
Thanks. That's horrible.
Just a flesh wound. But you see him go up to the main doors of the court. He kneels. He kind of waits for him to be allowed, and he opens the door slowly. He kind of crawls in, closes the door after him. You can see his shadow doesn't move from where he is inside the door, and you can see that there is kind of discussion being had. And as the door opens, you see him come out, and same thing, he kind of crawls out on his knees, he kind of bows low, closes the door again, and then kind of slowly gets up and comes back over to you. He's like, the daimyo is currently with the representatives, but once he is done, he can see you. I've expressed how urgent the matter is because of your wounds, samurai. So,
is this the only exit?
Oh wait.
An entrance into this room?
Yes, unless you go out the window.
Okay. Okay, so I can just.
I look at the servant and I go, "Did anybody else hear you say what you said to your daimyo?"
Just the court, sir.
The court.
Fair enough. And they all know we're here. That's fine.
But yeah, after about 20 minutes, you see the three representatives. Actually, no, I'm sorry, two of the representatives because Bayushi Simon's not here.
Right.
You see the Shiba and you see the Kitsuki kind of come out, and they
I bow to both of them.
yeah they give you a weird look, but they bow. And as the Kitsuki kind of goes down to her part of the office, to her office, the Shiba kind of stops in front of the three of you. He's like, "Weren't you supposed to be at the mines with the Dragon Clan on the coterie that arrived?"
I just look at her.
Dragon Clan is
it's
no
her.
more.
It's a phoenix, right?
The Phoenix
There's
is
a
male.
Phoenix?
Yeah, the Phoenix is male.
Male. Okay, so I look at him and I go, "That's why we're here."
I hope that
This might be of interest to you as well.
should I gather the Kitsuki then?
Yes.
Very well.
Which family is the Kitsugi from?
The dragon, I believe.
Is it the dragon?
Yeah, Dragon
Okay.
Clan.
All right.
So yeah, so he excuses himself and he rushes over, and you see him stop her, very politely, and he kind of slowly points in your direction. Kind of, you can see the exchange. She furrows her brow for a moment, and then she nods and comes back.
Be like,
But the samurai kind of lets you into the room, and as you are being brought in, you see that Corin and one of the women are being escorted out, and they both kind of give you a strange look. But in the courtroom that's left is the daimyo Hinjiaro, the shugenja that you've met before, Jomaru, and the young woman that has the scroll and ink kind of set up around her, which you remember being the court reporter, which is Yishin. But Bogan announces you, and then you see him kind of step back over towards the door, and he just kneels there until he's called.
Okay, I walk in.
I walk in as well.
Ditto.
Yeah.
I bow.
Yeah, you see the representatives
bow.
walk in, take their seats.
I in front of the daimyo, I'm on my knee. I go to my knees. How much I trust him? How much do I want to think I trust him? When I draw my katana, I put it behind me.
Okay.
And then I take out the wakizashi and do the same.
Okay.
And I start with, there's a story to tell. And I tell him what happened when we got up there, how half of the damn phoenixes were damn spiders.
Dragon.
How we found out there was the dragon. How we found out there were spiders down here. Came down here because we thought that the court was in danger. They have my wife. And the person who split the group. So people, and I save it to the end. The person who split the dragon so people could get replaced was, and I let him know.
That guy. What's that guy's name, by the way?
So,
I forgot his name now.
Corin.
Corin.
Yep.
I dropped that, and I go, and that was Corin who separated the group and gave the best chance for half of them to be replaced with spiders.
So while he tells the story, I'm gonna move off to the side. I want to make sure I can see everybody's reaction as he's talking.
Okay.
Good move.
Okay. Excuse me. The daimyo is taken aback by your accusation, or declaration rather. You haven't accused anyone.
No, I just told the story.
Yeah.
I haven't accused anybody of anything. I let them make up their minds.
Yeah. The Giyomaru kind of, you see him lump down in his seat, and he kind of brings his hand to his chin to kind of contemplate the situation. Yushin kind of tries to have a very neutral look about her, but you can tell just by the way the writing fluctuates that she is also kind of taken aback and surprised by the declaration. The Kitsuki kind of nods, and the Shiba kind of, you see him lean back and kind of has the same posture as Giyomaru, where he has his hand to his chin, and he's kind of like trying to piece together what this could mean for the city.
Do any of them react to my garments?
Not at all.
Okay.
You're just a very fashion forward crowd.
Yeah, bro.
I'm curious because they didn't,
Fashionable.
because the spider spirits didn't allow them into the city before. So I was just curious if somebody was not happy.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is my job. I'm an investigator.
Yeah.
This is my job.
You're a sneaky guy.
Yeah.
I was about to say how scorpion of you, but
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
No. You see the Kitsuki is the first one to speak, and she kind of like leans forward and she looks over at your group and she's like, I hate to say it, but I wish we had the Bayushi here. He has a better eye for what this kind of nefarious dealings stand for.
He should be here. He should be in town at least.
no. They were traveling slower. He's probably coming in before the end of the day.
Did you tell them that he stayed behind? Did you?
No, I told them they were on the way here. No, they were
So
coming
you
here.
included that the Bayushi went out there with us.
The entire thing, yes.
You told them that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we left him.
He is more than capable of taking care of himself.
No, I'm just okay. So they knew where he was. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He was
I
fine.
wouldn't
Yeah.
I wouldn't insult him by saying, no.
Yeah.
He could protect himself.
Yeah.
He knew how important this was, and he was like, you guys go. We'll make sure these two are okay and get back to you.
The Shiba sits up, and you see him put both his hands on his knees, and he's just like, do you have any way of ferreting out someone that could be one of these shapeshifters?
I calmly look over.
Kuni?
I look over at Kuni. I'm like, yes.
Kuni?
Yeah, when they infect people, they lay a like an egg or something in the back of their neck.
Yeah, but I think once they can shape change, they cover that up. That's the
That
initial
I don't
infection.
know.
That's the initial infection.
Well, maybe while they're currently in that shape, they might be able to cover it up. But I think in their natural shape, it might still be
Maybe not.
present.
True, maybe.
Because remember, the people
we
we saw
also
in the
know-
village had that line, had that
That's
scar.
true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
You
Well,
see,
they might be a scar in the back of the neck.
yeah, you see instinctively, like the daimyo, Giyomaru, and the Shiba all put their hand to their neck, almost like they're trying to feel if they've been infected.
That's funny.
The Kitsuki kind of like shudders at the description of how that's.
Oh yeah, we tell them that the egg gets implanted. And yeah.
And you see the young girl that's writing just kind of like, there's a moment where she puts her hand to her mouth almost like she's about to vomit, but she kind of like stomachs it and perseveres and kind of keeps writing. You can tell that this is probably the worst day of her life.
You know what? I will look over at her and I give her a very approving nod. Like you're doing a good job. Breathe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, some sake later. It's fine.
Hey, we'll give you sake later. We're good. So that's one way to get it out. The other way is usually when they're cut, the blood darkens a lot faster than normal human blood. Which is another thing we've noticed. It turns black like in seconds.
I'd prefer not. I prefer not cutting all the villagers.
No, I agree.
It would be too hard. It'd be too easy to fake it. To hide.
Giyomaru kind of looks over. It's like Shiba-sama, is this something that you can medically kind of do now? Just a simple check from everyone in the room. And he kind of looks at everybody. If everyone is okay with it, I am more than capable of checking.
Of course. And make sure that if you have it, I would definitely. I pull out my jade pendant, and I would equip yourself with jade.
That I do not have. But you see him kind of draw his wakizashi, and he just kind of bows to the Kitsuki. She bows in return. She kind of lowers her head and pulls her hair apart. And you see that he has the one hand up with the wakizashi in it, almost ready to strike. And with his other hand, he kind of brushes some of the hair away. He kind of excuses himself. And he checks from the base of her skull down to the top of her spine. And he looks over and he's like, she's clear.
I go over to him. I was like, it would look something more like this, and I move my hair.
And they gasp when you show them the scar.
No, I told him the story before. I told him the story how I pulled out the egg. Remember?
Yeah.
In court.
Yeah.
When I told the story.
So
yeah.
But still, seeing.
Oh, seeing the scar, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, my scar is also probably much more mutilated because you used the wakizashi.
Oh no! I took that egg out with the hands of a surgeon. I wrote like a 40, bro. It was like, bro.
He's looking out for you. He's looking out for you.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't harm this beautiful neck.
Nothing says love like taking a wakizashi to the back of your neck.
And right after he kissed it. He was like, right on the neck.
You gotta suck the venom out.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Yeah, just suck the venom out.
Yeah. And then you pee on it for good measure. Yeah. The ammonia cleans the wound. But yeah, he looks.
2 pills of lead for a month and you're fine.
Yeah, he looks at it and he just kind of you see him take a step back and he's like, that is gruesome. That would be hard to miss.
But we don't know that. We don't know for sure if once they could shape change, they may be able to minimize the scar. Because the scars we saw on the peasants were nowhere near as bad as the one on his neck. So we assume that either it heals or when they shape change, it could minimize it. That's why it's important to look.
And he kind of bows low as he takes a a step onto the dais. And you see him check Giyomaru. And he kind of looks over at the group. He's like, he is clear. He goes over.
Has anybody checked him?
No, nobody's checked him.
You check him, Cooney.
Cooney?
Yeah,
I'll check him once it's all done.
Yeah, you see him check
I will walk with him though.
The recorder, the court recorder, and he kind of looks up at you. He shows you the neck, and he's just like, "She's clear." And then you see him kind of at the lowest dais before the daimyo. He kind of kneels and he bows respectfully low, and the daimyo just, without letting him up onto his dais, he just turns around and kind of pushes his hair off to the side. And he leans over and you see him kind of same thing. His hand is a little more trembling now that he's kind of dealing with the village daimyo. But the two of you see it and it's just it's clear.
Okay.
I like an audible prayer just comes out of my mouth. But thank God nobody here has it. It's thank the fates.
Yeah.
Or they're in disguise and they're one of the others.
So
yeah, but your jade did not.
And now that everybody's been checked,
yeah,
that leads us to the initial problem.
Yeah, let's go slice him.
even if he wasn't acting, even if he is not one of them, he was acting with them, or even unknowingly acting in their best interests. And his actions put my wife and several phoenixes in danger, and they died.
Those are dragons.
I was brought forth because of 3 peasants that were tainted. This is 5 dragons, and one of them is my wife.
Giyomaru looks over at you. He's like, do we have any more information on what they might be trying to do with all of these dragon?
I don't think the dragon were the target. I think any of the affluent families is the target. More than once they were talking about against the rich, against the powerful.
They're
They were
attempting a
infecting
ritual.
peasant. Yes, they're attempting a ritual of some kind, and from the very beginning, I kind of felt like I was being targeted, and my wife was being targeted. At first, my friends thought that I was being overreactive, and I look back at both of them, like with the "I knew it, I told you so."
I look back at the who wondering who the fuck he's looking at.
Just brains always thinking they're the most important. The world revolves around them.
Yep.
No. I was worried about my wife, who's not a crane. Yeah. So we think it's a strike against the families, and now that the Imperial family, a member of the Imperial family, is here, that is, I think, the big target. Because how you don't get any richer than a member of the Imperial family.
I believe they're attempting a ritual of some sort. I don't know yet.
And is it targeting, or are they using the ritual, them as a source of power or as a target?
If it was me, in my experience, they are using wealthy, affluent people to probably summon an Oni of greed. Would be my guess.
You see the iridescent scarf that the Kuni has been wearing starts to move on its own, and it slithers off of his body, and it shapeshifts into the little girl that was on the island. And you see everybody kind of like give an audible gasp, and
my eyes at that girl right now. I didn't know that she was there. My hand is moving back to the katana.
Yeah. The Shiba pulls out his katana. The Kitsune kind of like steps behind him. Giyomaru.
I step in between everybody and the child.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm staring at the child with like hate. Like,
yeah. But she kind of like peeks out from behind the Kuni. She's like, I heard them talking about anchor points in the city. I don't think he's wrong. And she kind of like puts her little hand in the Kuni's hand. I think he's right. I think they're trying to do something bad. The north feels different to us. I think there's only 3 anchor points left.
They've been expelling all other spirits out of the town.
wait a minute. No, you said there's 3 left.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you got rid of one in the first thing with the hand. We got rid of a second one when we cleansed the house and the neighborhood felt clean. Those are 2 of the anchors. There's 3 left.
Temples.
Boss.
So one was the magistrate house. It was a magistrate house, right?
No.
Yeah, it was.
No,
that was a peasant's house.
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, the peasant's house.
The obsidian workers.
The other one was the obsidian. No. At the very beginning, the man that had the hand that was a goblin hand.
Oh yeah. The goblin hand.
Wasn't that in the magistrate house?
Yeah.
No. Oh
Yeah.
yes. Yeah,
It was, dude. You cleansed the entire.
Yeah.
So I think that was the first anchor. The second anchor was the that part of the city that when we burnt the house and we killed the people, the entire area felt better. It felt cleaner. So I think those are 2 of the 3 anchors.
She looks at you as you're saying this. She's like, no, there are still 3 anchors left.
Yeah, there were 5.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, a central one and then one in each cardinal direction.
Yeah, so we got rid of the central one, which was here. Temple, where's the 3rd one?
The last temple that we haven't visited, the temple in the south. We haven't had time because we've been running from place to place trying to find your fucking wife.
They have the Temple of Greed, the Temple on the Island.
If you saw, I just look at you with dagger eyes. At that point, I'm like, really?
This bitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
I glare back.
The question is, what is the center point? Is the question.
There is no center point. We already destroyed it. We need to get to the 3 temples and finish what we fucking started. Duh.
But if we destroyed it, then it should ruin the ritual.
What do you mean? But if we haven't. The central point is already done.
They might be able to still do it with the other 3 anchor points.
Right.
We'll see.
It might just be harder.
And we've asked 2 temples. Let's full ass the south temple and then fucking finish the job. Coño.
I couldn't have said it better, Maury.
This still leaves us with
Look at me being insulting and using your first name. I'm like, oh my god.
This still has we still have a problem here.
Right. So let us go
a big one.
and slice and then go to the south.
I believe he's talking about the magistrate.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that guy that starts with an R. That I still can't remember his name.
Horan?
No.
Horan? Oh, it doesn't even start with an R? Great.
Doesn't even start
R
with an R.
sounded.
There's an R in there, though. That's all that matters.
There's an R. There's an R there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
there's consonants.
Something must be done about that possibility. Again, I'm not. No. Something must be done about this problem.
The problem is we have no solid proof.
I mean, I know Doji probably wants proof, but I don't know. I just want to start swinging, guys. Again.
I don't know. In a Jitsu duo in the Fates, if he is innocent, he'll win. I'm just putting that out there. He won't, because I'm better than him.
Totally something that Craig would say. I just snicker. I'm like, totally something a Craig would say.
But
I would love to witness a duel.
You see
Can I egg him on?
Mid-conversation, the little girl kind of just turns back into the scarf in your hand.
Oh, I put her back.
Yep.
You're wearing a child.
If Cruella DeVille can do it, I can do it.
Damn.
So, yeah, I dropped the entire thing I just flat out dropped the duel. I'm like, if he is innocent, the Fates will intervene and he'll win his duel against me. Because that's the only way he would win.
Let's do it. Slap him with a glove across the face.
Oh no, you don't have to do that.
He needs permission from the daimyo.
Yeah.
I need permission for the daimyo.
Yeah.
Technically, you're daimyo too.
Yeah.
But maybe this one can do whatever.
He sits there for a moment, and Giyomaru kind of leans forward. How can we prove if someone has, aside from checking his neck, because if he is one of them, he will be expecting us to.
Doing that much cooperation with them, he would be tainted, would he not?
One can
maybe, but it's hard to notice sometimes. It's not always. It's different in every individual.
Fair enough.
It rots you, but some people it rots them from the inside out, others from the outside in. Some mentally, it's insidious and it's difficult.
Can I cut him and see?
I mean, yeah, that's clanless. Fucking. Where does he live?
Giyomaru looks over at the daimyo. Daimyo kind of, after a moment, nods at him. Corin makes his estate in the south.
Oh, we have to go. Look how convenient that is. Pick up my
It's on the
katana,
way.
pick up my musashi, put them in the belt, bow deeply, thank everybody, and walk out.
Do they have a map of the town I could look at?
There were several maps back
Where'd it
at
go?
where we fought the spiders. I didn't know if you grabbed those or not. Probably not. There are
No.
maps of the city.
They're still over
No,
there.
I've asked to see some of them.
Yeah. Jomaru says that they can be made available. I think
I just need an
Hold on.
accurate
Why?
one.
What are you looking for?
I'm just curious about the center point.
Hold on. I close my eyes, and if you want me to roll meditation or something, I pull my perfect memory and I try to remember the maps I saw.
I just want to like draw lines in between the four crosses and see what the middle point is.
Like he's asking me to do,
Yeah.
figure out that, and I'm picturing the map in my head.
make
That
it-
would be, you know what I mean?
yeah. Let's have you make. I think let's take a look at the skills here.
Investigation.
No, let's have you go with just a flat perception roll
What about?
or
hold on.
or awareness.
So I'm trying to piece. Hold on. I'm trying to piece together a ritual. What about my spellcraft that I'm trained in?
That'd be a little rougher because you're trying to remember the map, not the
Oh, fair enough.
not if
So
there
what do
were
you want
like
me to
any
use?
ritualistic things. You can use either a straight perception check or a straight awareness check, whichever one you'd like. But just a raw trait roll.
Perception or
Awareness.
awareness, right?
Yep.
Awareness then.
Okay.
And do I add one dice to it?
Sure, yeah. Just add a level to it for rolling and then subtract it.
There you go. 13.
13. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. It did 3d10. It's supposed to be 4d10. Hold on.
All right, I'll roll that for you.
Yeah, roll a d10 and add it.
Okay. So 10 more.
Nice.
23. All right. The maps that they had laid out on the table look to have been maps of the veins from the mines. And so the town was a little smaller in the map. The mountain was more prominent. You saw that it was named Hudan. So the mountains.
Okay, so as I'm remembering this, I'm saying it as I'm remembering it.
Mhm.
And I'm like dropping levels of detail that should make both of them like, but you only saw the map once, bro. What the hell?
Yeah.
That's the taint speaking through him.
Yeah. One of the other maps, it looks like there was a copy of it, but the veins were looked to have been drawn in to reach the town itself.
Okay.
That they weren't
Okay.
contained to just the mountain range. They actually extended past the Temple of the Fortune of Wealth, Daikoku, and all the way down into the actual town itself.
Well,
Now
I
we know how they're getting around.
I tell everybody this, like the Daimo and everyone, because they need to know this shit.
Yep.
That's how they're getting in and out of the city.
Yep.
And I tell them where this vein is. Oh, it runs along this street, along this side.
You see him kind of motion to Bogan, who's there, and he kind of nods and opens the door and leaves for a moment. And then when he comes back, he opens the door, goes back in, closes it afterwards. My lord, the Ashigaru are being assembled as we speak.
I will bow deeply to the Daimo and I thank him for his time. And I apologize for bringing such dreadful news. And I leave and walk over to the crane, to my enclave, my people who are staying here.
Okay, that's on the floor, on the lower floor. What about
I go over there.
What about Kuni and Tamori?
Cooney, do you want to check on to see if they're back at the house, the tea house?
I do.
All
I
right,
do.
let's
I
go.
worry about them.
We're gonna go.
Right before I go, I approach the daimyo, I bow again, and I'm just like, "My lord, do you have protection? This might get ugly."
If you see him kind of take a moment, if it involves Jiyomaru or Korin, I rely on the protection of my representatives, any kind of motions to the Shiba and the Kitsuki.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I worry that if this Ronin is the bad guy, that he might be in grave danger.
it
I
would
bow.
it would be sad if it is Korin. He has been a faithful friend for some time.
I nod.
And you see him kind of like
Yeah.
look down somberly.
I hope I'm wrong. And I go off to the tea house with Tamori.
Because I see they stayed behind for a second. I wait when they come out. Where should we meet before we go down south? I'm just gonna go
Tea house.
visit
house.
my
Tea house.
I'll meet you at the tea house.
That's where we're telling the crab to go. The other crab.
Yep.
Tea house.
Yep.
Best place.
So I go see my clan.
Yep. You see the Kakita, the young Kakita that you've put in charge. He bows low to you as you approach him. Like, my lord Doji, how can I be of service to you?
I just look at him. Is she okay?
Yes, of course.
Is she safe?
Yes, she is. She
Think-
has
I've
become.
done everything I've asked, and I walk past him. Like he could tell just there that I'm
Yeah.
not myself right now.
Yeah. You cut him off like mid sentence, and he's just like, oh, okay.
Oh, I remember,
Yeah.
and I
Uh,
walk right to the Shukenja.
Okay. You see the Asahina. She bows low to you. Doji-san, how can I be of service?
First of all, I'm about to head down south, and this is going to be a problem. And I unwrap so she sees it.
Ooh. Very well. Let me see if I have the scrolls with me. And
Thank you.
you see her start to look through scrolls.
And then I start talking to the other two Shukenja
Mm.
about, have you been walking around in pairs? Nobody's been separated. You know what I mean? I'm going to do everything I asked them to make sure was happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody's been walking around unless they have somebody to go with them. They tell you that even if like the Daidoji requests kind of alone time, like there's always somebody within like a good 10 feet of her to make sure that she's protected at all times. And as they're talking to you, you see the Asahina kind of pull a scroll. And she looks at you, she's like, I am not proficient with water as I am with air, Doji-san, so this might not be as best as I can.
It is what it is.
Let's see what she gets. Oh, that's not bad, actually. You will heal 8 hit points.
That's fantastic.
Yep. She looks at you. She's like, "Is that enough, Doji-san, or should we go again?"
One more time.
Very well. And you see her this time. She tells you she's gonna take her time. She's gonna do
Go ahead.
a little longer.
As she's doing that, I'm asking for parchment and a brush with ink.
Okay. They bring it to you. Yeah. You're gonna heal 10 more.
Awesome. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write a quick letter
Yep.
to my father-in-law,
Okay.
apologizing for his daughter's death, and that my life was given in an attempt to save her, to please watch my children and to raise them as his.
Okay.
And the entire time I'm writing this, my character's crying.
Yeah. Yeah, they once the Asahina's done, like she sees you kind of mentally preparing yourself for the letter that you're writing, and she kind of starts to motion people away, and she kind of puts everything away very quietly and somberly and just kind of gives you your space. And only the Kakita is left, kind of standing a few feet away, just kind of like watching you, his hand on his sword.
Let me see, what would that be? It would be calligraphy. Yeah, let's see how beautiful I make it.
Yeah, let's see.
It's a 9.
Oh,
My emotions are taking the best of me. It looks
Yeah.
like shit.
that's a sip.
Looks like a toddler who
Yeah.
wrote it.
You rolled less than 10
No,
though, so that's a sip.
Yeah, that's sip. Hey, oh my god, that's the first time I've ever rolled less than 10.
Yeah, look at that. Good thing you got a sip.
On calligraphy.
And on calligraphy.
Yeah.
So I wrap it up and I give it to the Kakita.
Yep.
And I say, if I if my wife is still alive, you give her this note. If I do not return and my wife never returns, you are to take this to the Dragonlands with
Say that again for me, because you were cutting in and out.
It cut out.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. Like I could tell that you were really into it.
I'm having
Sorry.
it sucks.
That's great.
Sucks a lot. Do you
Yeah.
do you guys hear me?
Yeah. We hear
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yeah. But
So
it was good
I
because
give
you
the
were
letter-
you were frozen in like really intense facial structures. I'm like, yo, this guy's
I give
feeling
the
it.
letter to the Kakita.
Yep.
I give the letter to the Kakita. And I say, if I do not return and my wife does not return, you are to take this letter yourself to the Dragonlands and give it to Daimo. I can't remember what I have his name.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
father-in-law.
Yeah.
And you are to give it to him with your hand. No one else.
He takes it respectfully, like a
Hold on.
like a salaryman would take a business card, and he kind of like really bows low on my life.
And you are to take my place in the in my what is it called? My hold on. Obligation. He is to take my obligation,
on my life.
which to visit the Dragonlands every year for the Winter Court and be the Crane representative.
I guarantee you, this will be done.
I get up, I give him a hug,
He
and I
is-
look at him and
he's
go,
confused for a
my
moment.
father would have liked you.
He nods.
And as I'm walking out, I look at one of the Bushi whose body is kind of somewhat shaped, kind of like Kunisizo's body.
Yeah.
You take off your armor and hand it to me now.
Okay. He is startled, and you see he starts to unfasten the leather straps, and somebody comes over and starts to help him. And you see, like, he just looks at you. He's like, "Is there an issue with my armor, Doji-san? Is it not?"
No, I'm about to walk into a cave full of spiders, and I don't want the other samurai at my back to be without armor. He will be protected by the honor of the crane.
Of course. And you see him hurry up his removal of the armor.
I help him.
Yep. Yeah, between the three of you, you take him off in less than a minute.
Perfect. And then I wrap it up, swing it over my back.
Yep.
I start to walk out, and I grab a bottle of sake on the way.
Nice. As Tamori and Kuni, excuse me, as you arrive at the tea house, you see the Bayushi is sitting at his table. The Nana and the other samurai are kind of sitting at another table. They have some food in front of them. They have some tea that's being brewed. And you can see that the Bayushi's kind of looking over some paperwork, it looks like. And as you walk in, you see him kind of like roll it up quickly and kind of puts it back in the satchel and lets it drop by his foot. And he gets up and he just bows low. Kuni-san, Mori-san, it's good to see you. Worried about you.
Good to see you. How are our dragon friends?
He looks over at them. Are you enjoying yourselves? And Nana has like a mouthful of cake and she kind of nods. The other male samurai kind of stands up and he bows low to the two of you. I understand that I have you to thank for my being here and being alive. It is a debt I hope to repay it someday.
Is this one of the motherfuckers that made fun of me?
Ooh. Let's have you make either a perception roll or an awareness
Okay.
roll. Just a straight trait roll.
Okay. Straight trait roll.
Yep.
What the fuck is that?
So just go to the trait and hit the little
You go up to the ability score.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, and hit the d20 next to it.
Da-da-da. Hold on. I'm an idiot and I don't have my glasses on. Excuse me. I can't see shit.
I can imagine
Can't
that
see
you're
shit.
like 2 inches away from the monitor.
Shut your whore mouth. I did an investigation because
19. That's
Okay.
pretty damn good.
I mean, it was just a trait roll, so I'll take the 15. Yeah, that's fine. It is not one of the ones that made fun of you, but it was one of the ones that was kind of like laughing at your expense.
Okay. So can I punch him?
Sure.
All right. So I smile at Nana and then I'm gonna jab him in the face.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just like, bah!
Yeah, he falls back into his seat.
You don't even do a full swing. You just, bah!
Yeah.
Yep. And I
Yeah.
say, you're welcome.
And you see the shoulders of the Bayushi kind of roll up and down. You can tell that he's laughing at the situation. And you see him kind of look at you, Kuni. He's just like, well, remind me never to anger her.
How is
I
my
actually think
favorite
they'd like you.
housekeeper?
He looks
Yeah,
at
my favorite-
you and he's
yeah.
like, she would be back at her abode.
Oh, okay. By herself? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it is her home.
I go, how bad does the dragon look? Like, I go just give him a quick once over in terms of like make sure he's not too injured.
Oh, his nose is bleeding, but otherwise,
Grab a cloth and kind of,
yeah.
there you
Otherwise, he'll live.
ultimately, I want to. They look
There's
like they're
nothing.
spider people.
There's nothing on their necks now.
Okay, yeah, just here you go. Take care of that, buddy.
Yeah.
I pat him.
The Bayushi looks at you and he kind of comes over, and really low. He's just like, Kuni-san, when you are done with whatever you're doing, I have some words for you.
Yeah, let's go. I look at Nana. How is she doing?
She's better now. Like she is stuffing her mouth and drinking tea, and it looks like this is probably turned out to be one of the better days in her life.
I approach and just I bow, like kneel next to her and bow. Just thank her again for. Thank you very much for uh using these spirits to heal my wounds. I am gracious.
She nods at you, and with like a full mouth, she uh kind of grabs a lemon kind of cream cookie, and she offers it to you.
Thank you. I grab it.
Yep.
Considering I've had nothing
You-
but trail rations, this
Yeah.
is probably
Yeah,
fantastic right now.
yeah.
But then I'll grab it and I'll walk over with the Bayushi. Does he pick up the scrolls at his feet when
Yep.
we go somewhere?
He does.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so Chewy, do I get the inclination or the feeling that he doesn't want me to hear whatever he's saying?
It it would be up to you to decide whether that's how you want to take it. But the Kuni has been staying with him. So,
Okay.
Such a scorpion
Then-
thing to
yeah.
do.
but Nana does kind
I-
of like
Yeah.
get really excited once they step away, and she kind of comes over and she's holding a bunch of different treats in each hand for you.
I ask her if she remembers what happened and if she remembers the ogre.
She shakes her head no.
All right, so now it is my turn to regale the story featuring me, starring me,
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
only having me
Yep.
as the only. Yeah. Yeah, go
You're
ahead.
good at lying.
My way to make you look awesome, and then you just
Yeah.
ignore me.
Yep.
But this is I'm just speaking to Nana, so I'm hoping that the
Yeah.
story doesn't leak. This is like just a Nana story.
It will not be just a Nana
Other
story.
dragon is there.
Well, the other dragon is gonna shut his mouth because I already punched him in the face.
Yeah. Yeah. But as you go over to a secluded kind of part of the tea house, you see some of the serving girls are sitting there drinking tea, and as you approach with the Bayushi, they kind of get up, they bow low, and they take their tea and kind of go somewhere else.
Mhm.
The Bayushi unfurls one of the scrolls and kind of like slides it around so that you can read it.
Mhm.
And he sits down opposite of the other chair, and he's just like, Kuni-san,
Mhm.
there
Yeah.
there has been some interesting documentation that was left at the encampment. Among them is this. And
Okay.
as you read it, it is a formal request by Nana's teacher to remove Tamori Mori from the clan.
Okay. I don't know anything about Mori Mori. As far as I'm aware, they're like a normal samurai.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting.
And there's, very, very kind of trite crimes that have been brought up. And then it is also described how even their own father doesn't want them,
Oh.
and how he's made pushes to remove them from the clan as well.
Oh, they are a bit uncouth. No worse than a normal crab.
I wonder how they would look in crane robes.
Get off. I'm not being a crane.
Why? You'd be a fantastic crane. You'd be a tall, elegant
No.
crane.
Tamori is at heart a crab.
Towering over all the
Yeah.
crane before you.
But you see
Tamori
him.
is at heart a crab.
Yeah, you see him roll up the scroll.
Interesting. I wonder, like, what do you know about, like, why would they care about a normal samurai? Or is there something I don't know about this Tamori-san?
He looks at you. He's like, I have asked some of my agents in the Dragonlands to look into who this father is, but
Mhm.
I feel like there is something bigger at play here.
There's no way she would get kicked. They would get kicked out of the clan because my wife likes them,
But the Bayushi
No,
doesn't know that.
and
Right.
she would go to bat for her. Already, the way she acted, I'm like, yeah, she'll go to bat for them, no problem. Yeah. They'll be like, we want them kicked out, and then my wife would be like, no.
I mean, my mind is. I wonder if they're meant to be a spell component, like a disgraced samurai, maybe. Interesting.
Get them kicked out, so then their disgraced samurai is a spell component.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
This is of course why I showed it to you first.
But we spoiled their plans. Ha 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 ha. Sorry.
I figure this is clearly something that has a better place in my fireplace, I think.
I think they would appreciate that.
Well, let's not say anything until we figure out why.
I do not wish to anger the large dragon.
No, neither do I.
I enjoy my face where it is.
Yes.
You witnessed her jab.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see him stand up, and he's like, very well. I'm glad that I've decided to confide in you, Kuni-san. And you see him put the satchel over one shoulder, and then he kind of cracks the scroll in half.
You have a map of this town.
Of course, I have several maps of the town. You
When he
require one,
rolls one out, yes.
of course.
And I want to kind of go over what the doji showed us, and I'm going to inform him, so he's getting a ton of very useful information for his future endeavors, I'm sure.
Yep.
But
Oh my god, yes.
This is my way of repaying him for his kindness.
Yeah.
It's kind of subtly. I'm sure he knows exactly why I'm doing it.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
my way.
Oh yeah.
And I'm also going to look to see if I can, what the cross point would be of these north, south, east, west. Like if I were to draw lines between the temples and everything, like where would those like intersect?
The temples don't, because there's only 3 of them, they don't really have a central point. It's
The mountains to the north, right?
the mountains to the north, so is the temple to the fortune of wealth.
Oh, it is, okay.
Yeah. So you create a triangle, like if you it isn't a right triangle, so you can't find where the center point of the two, kind of the temple of death and the temple of fortune, the wealth is. It's more of an obtuse triangle.
Okay.
But if there was to be like a 4th point equally distant from where the temple on the island is compared to to where the city is, it would be out in the Green Sea, like right when the tall grass starts.
Okay.
Out in the open somewhere.
I wonder if maybe it's supposed to be like a kanji of like maybe like the symbol for gold or something. Like I'm just gonna, while I'm waiting for the crab to show up and the doji, I'm just gonna like kind of go over what this could be. You know, greed, gold, death. I'm gonna kind of like not draw on the maps because that's super insulting and maps are hard to come by.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna like use my finger to kind of trace it and see if I can.
Yeah.
Like I'm, you know, I'm probably grasping at the wrong bit, but this is what my person is like. My character's logged on to, so I'm just gonna kind of obsess over this until.
Yeah, as the Bayushi sees you playing with the map, you see that they've returned, Ray, from their little meeting room, and they kind of go back over. The Bayushi, you see him throw a scroll into the fireplace, and he kind of takes one of the metal pokers and he kind of like makes he ensures that it starts to catch fire, and that it kind of sits there burning. He watches it for a moment, and as he does, he orders one of his kind of serving girls to do something, and they come back with another scroll that they give to the Kuni. And as the Kuni unfurls it at the table, you see that it is a map of the city. Once the
Ah,
scroll
yeah.
is thoroughly burned, the Bayushi will
Mhm.
come over and he'll be like, "May I ask what you need this map for, Kuni-san?" It's yours, by the way. This is my gift to you.
Oh, thank you. I'm convinced that they are attempting a sort of ritual,
Hmm.
and they will be performing these rituals at key locations. I know there are 3 points left.
Hmm.
It is 3, yeah. And I want to stop them because whatever, if they complete this, whatever comes out of it, probably not good.
It does not feel like it could be good for the city. Yes, I can concur with you.
Yeah.
What do we know then?
Um,
How can I help?
I basically relay what kind of happened at the meeting with the daimyo,
Mhm.
and also what uh, also what my scarf said, but I don't let him know my scarf said it.
Okay.
Like, I'm just kind of like, we know that this amount of rituals they're waiting for this to be complete. We know that they're expelling spider spirits, or expelling all other spirits out
My
of the town.
scarf talks to me.
Yeah. He looks at the map then, and he just kind of like, he puts his finger in the center of the map as far as the center of the actual city is, and you can see that it
Mhm.
lands right in the square in front of the magistrate building.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kind of grabs his other hand and he's like, "Where was the first place that you expelled this miasma?"
For the monkey paw, point that person's house. He can find it on the map quicker than I could.
Yeah.
Next was the house of the obsidian workers.
Yeah. You see that he puts one finger from his other hand where the house was, and one finger where the workshop was, and
Mm-hmm.
it almost creates a straight line.
Ah, yeah. Does that straight line connect to any of the temples that we see in the mountain? Anything?
No, not to the temple, but it does kind of point almost true north to the mountain. Excuse me.
Okay. Hmm.
He kind of looks down the map and he's like, if this is your compass, Rose, and he kind of circles with his finger the town square.
Yeah.
These 2 points would be north, I would assume. Your true north.
That's what I'm leaning towards.
And so it kind of narrows down where your 3 other anchor points should be if they are trying to produce a kind of spell, and they are trying to get all the power inherent in the cardinal directions. And you see him kind of like, he makes these cups with his fingers and he kind of like puts them in the areas where he would imagine the
Mm-hmm.
the areas should be, given the spacing between the city square and the kind of the 2 places where the workshop and the house were. And
Mm-hmm.
the one when he cups the easternmost side of the city map, he kind of he doesn't put his hand all the way down the map, like he stops and then he puts one finger down and he's just like, "This is where my shop is."
You have a shop?
Well, the tea house. This is where the tea house is.
Is that where we are right now?
Yeah, he would be putting it right in the middle of where he would have put his cupped hand.
Oh, sorry, you broke up there. Is that where we are right now?
Yes. This would have been the center of where I would have put my cupped hand.
I just suspiciously eye everyone in the room.
Yeah. So does he. So does he.
Just like just.
Yeah. And you see him go over to his table. He does something on the wall. You hear a clicking noise and a partition opens up and you see him pull out his katana and he puts it on his belt. and he starts to walk out of the tea house.
Well, actually, we did find right outside the tea house. We did find that murdered
Mhm.
Shugenja from the crane.
That's where he's
So they
going.
might have already.
Mhm.
Yeah. So they might have already. That's right. I walk out there with him.
That's where he's going. And sure enough, you see him just standing in front of the tree, kind of like looking up at the space where she had been laid.
Hmm.
And he just kind of like starts looking around. He's just like, what am I looking for, Kuni-san? Help me see what I need to find.
Well, we've uh we've uh we've found kanji to death or gold, something like that along here.
Hmm.
We searched this area pretty thoroughly last time.
Yeah. And you see at this point the Hida comes walking up. He's got his big Tetsubo kind of like laid out over each
There
of
we
his
go.
shoulders,
Heavy armor, jerk.
and his heavy armor's on. Yeah. Just the heavy kind of like clanking of his plates, of his lacquered plates, kind of clashing together as he comes over. You see him. You see the red panda kind of like coming over at his feet, kind of like dancing with him.
Oh, that's right. The lemon cake, I kind of break it up and I offer it to my scarf and armband. See if like they take it.
Little mouths will appear and eat your treat.
So creepy.
There you go. So I didn't even get to eat it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh wait, they didn't get their sweet treat, so
Yeah.
at least I'll have something sweet.
Yeah. But yeah, you see every so often, the Hida kind of like reaches into a belt pouch that he has now, and he'll pull out like a small little piece of fruit and he can just hand it to the red panda, who eats it. Just
Mhm.
it is a sight to see because he's devouring the shit out of the piece of fruit, but it's also one of like probably the cutest things you've ever seen. But he kind of saunters over and he drops the heavy head of the Tetsubo on the floor next to him, and he's just like, "What are we looking for?"
Well, we're looking for any sign that possibly a ritual was done here.
Oh, I don't have eyes for that. I'll be inside with the tea, and you see him snap his fingers, and you see the kind of like the panda walk into the tea house with him.
Okay.
So Mori sees the Hida come in with the red panda.
Man, go tell him your story.
Huh? No,
Yeah. He comes in like right
No.
as you're talking about the coming down off of the tree, and he kind
so
of
graceful.
yeah, and he kind of pulls up a chair, and he's like, "Oh, I love a good story. Please continue."
Wait, he wasn't there for that part.
He wasn't.
Oh, so I'll keep continuing. Oh, I'll keep going.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I did do that. I did come down like beautifully and do an X cut as I came down from the tree. Shut your whore mouth, Doji, in the corner. You're not even in this room.
No, but because whatever story you tell, he's gonna rib the doji for.
Yep.
I'm gonna love it.
Yep. Yep. Let's have the Kuni make an investigation roll,
All right.
and I'm gonna prep my drink because I know how these go for you.
Oh no, you're jinxing me. Jinxing me.
Here comes 43.
Is it search?
Yeah.
Oh, nerve.
Never drink
Coño.
alcohol. 33. Yeah, there it is. So take a sip, guys. Oh, yep, that's sake. Oh, you notice that carved into the tree, almost like in places where her body would have been, in places where like the ropes would have been conveniently placed to hide these markings, the kanji for time also has been carved into the tree 4 separate times.
I point them out to the Bayushi.
he calls over one of the girls. Excuse me, and he lets him know that he wants this tree burned. And to do it carefully enough not to catch the tea house on fire.
Good call. All right. Yeah, go back inside after that. They've done this. There's also the body in the town square as well. Let's line up those two, the town square and this place where the two murders happened. Oh, and the Crane camp.
The Crane camp doesn't fit the cardinal direction. It's too west. It's more west than south. That's like a southwest. But the tea house and the center point, the town square and the two houses in the north create a perfect right angle.
Are the cranes still inside the area right outside the main town square?
Yeah, they're inside the magistrate building.
Oh man.
You see the doji start walking up as they light the tree on fire.
What if they're Hey, I don't think the crane should be inside the magistrate building because it's in the center of town. And like word vomit on the doji.
Yeah.
Why?
I show him my map.
He's got a map.
And I show him all my just go through all my thoughts that I was having.
I use my spellcraft to see if I can piece together what he's talking about.
Okay. See how this turns out.
Mm.
34. Well, that's another sip. I was not prepared for 2 in a row.
2 sips in a row?
Yep.
I made it a little bit of a ways.
Yeah. Man, I'm much deeper. I'm much deeper into this bottle than I thought I was gonna be.
Girl.
Wow. Animal.
Girl.
I'm a big boy. I take big sips.
So yeah, I look at it and I'm like, huh, this reminds me of
Yeah. It is a very reminiscent of a reversal of a binding spell. The four cardinal directions, a center point. This looks like they're trying to unshackle something.
and that shackle thing is shackled in the magistrate building or in the center square.
I mean, that's where
And
it
that's
would be
the vein they were
unshackled.
digging.
I think that part of this ritual is going to be killing your entire coterie. And they're sitting right where they want them.
Ooh.
First of all, I look at him and I go, I find it dishonorable that the job that you do for the Empire, you are not well equipped. I throw him a set of armor.
Oh, I thought you were insulting him.
No.
I hand it to him. I'm like,
Ah,
no, I'm not insulting him.
why would you
I'm
throw
kind
this?
Kind of
him
insulting
and
my
insult-
daimyo.
I'm
Yeah.
praising him and I'm insulting his daimo
Yeah.
because what he is doing, what my guy sees, his job is so important to the safety of the realm that I am insulted that he is not given some of the best equipment that you could give him.
Yep.
And I'm like, his daimo is not willing to give him armor. I am.
Thank you. I attach it to my backpack.
Yep.
And,
It is like
wow.
haughty, definite crane colors, like
Oh, glob.
stark white, the baby blue
it's
outline of
beautiful.
each plate. There's
It's
This will look
probably
much better with
It's
like this will look much
prettier.
better once it has blood on it.
It's prettier than my armor.
Yeah. Yep.
It's prettier than the one I'm wearing.
Like the crane insignia isn't even painted on the armor. Like it's reliefed into it.
They're outside, right? So I don't see them yet.
You can see them.
No, we're inside. I'm not.
you're
I don't know
inside
map
now?
outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I
I
see the armor, I do the most visible eye roll that I have ever done. And I see my brain. I roll my eyes so hard.
Yeah.
Obviously, you haven't seen my scarf.
look over and I go, your Daimo didn't offer to armor him.
And I look at Doji. I go, did I say anything?
Your eyes did.
But Hida Aguro kind of looks over at you. Is like, how did you let Tomori Mori do all the work for you on the island?
I start cackling.
I just look.
Where would you be without them?
Hold on. When I look at her, when I look at them, I look at them and what's her name? She's there too.
Nana.
I look at her, then I look at them, and you see me visibly hurt. That was with shit that happened with my wife. And
The funny
every
thing
time
is-
that hold on,
Ida was there on the island with us.
yes,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
every time
But everything leading to the island, he thinks it's
Every
all
time
Tomori's
that-
doing.
I've had a chance, every time I've had a chance to praise and make them look amazing in every story I have, and the fact that they did not return the favor hurts.
Yeah.
I look at them and I go, wow, I have a choice. I'm going to spend a void point.
Choice it.
I spend a void point. I spend a void point.
Duty over love.
And I look at you guys and I go, come back to the mesh. And you see this hurts because I am turning my back on going to save my wife.
Wait, you cut out. Can you say what your decision was?
I'm turning my back on going to save my wife. Going back to the magistrate building.
Okay.
I have to spend a void point to do it.
Okay.
Why don't we
Spend
just
a
send the
void
Bayushi to go do it?
Right.
Because they're not going to believe would they believe the
First of all,
Bayushi?
the Bayushi is one of the representatives here, so
Right.
I believe they
Oh
have
my
power
god, you're
over
right.
them.
Okay, fine. So you tell the Bayushi this.
Yeah, I told the Bayushi
So
everything.
he has to go over there. He has to go over there and tell them to get the hell out.
We'll just move them somewhere safer. The Bayushi.
Where's safer in the city?
I don't know.
The peasant
That's
quarters that we cleaned?
No, to my house. To my house.
Oh, there
The
you go.
house that I'm staying with the scorpion lady.
Your house is not going to hold like a cadre of 60 crane.
They
they
can
go to
sleep
the
in my
island?
room. They can sleep in my room.
What if you move them to the island?
Is the island part of this ritual?
No, it's outside.
To the island with all of them.
No.
By the
It'll be
way,
hard to get to. But
hold on. The Imperial family coming in to the damn island.
Okay, hold on.
Because they're probably going to go to the magistrate building, and they are probably also a target. If they kill a ton of crane and a ton of the Imperial family, that's a hell of a spell component.
I have to interject. The island is fairly far away. If we need to get back to your people and they're all the way at the island, we're going to have to bust our ass to get there. And we've been busting our ass all the time and missing shit everywhere. Put them at my fucking thing with the lady.
It's not big enough at all.
It will make
like 4
do.
or 5 people could sit in there. Maybe.
It's a whole like house.
It's a Japanese
60
house.
people. Those things are like that small.
Then split them up, half in the tea house and half in hers, because they can actually defend themselves. The fucking scorpions.
Just remember. Okay, I'm thinking about what is one of the largest like homes in the city that's not in the center.
You're looking at like the tavern houses.
Take those scorpions with you. Like wherever you go, take them with you.
I look at the Bayushi and I go, which one of these would you suggest?
to
That's
house
the most defensible. You know the city better than I do.
your coterie, as it has been said.
Not only my coterie. Actually, I think it should be everybody in that magistrate building needs to get out.
Ooh.
The Daimo's going to refuse to because that's his castle.
Yes.
And he has to defend it. Honor dictates
Yeah.
it. I understand that. And he's going to... We can't take the crane out. If I take the crane out, it's an insult to his hospitality and him protecting them.
Yep.
All I could do is warn them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we tell the Bayushi to warn them.
Yeah. The Bayushi
and
kind of
tell
looks
them
at you.
why.
Yeah, the Bayushi looks at you as you're talking. He's just like, this feels like it's been well calculated.
It has. The reason why they attacked my encampment was to force my hand to moving them there. They took my wife to get me. They want me to go after her.
Or getting you out of the city.
Mm-hmm.
You've destroyed
So-
the second anchor point. Do we know where your wife is?
The Temple of
She's
Death.
I think she's at an anchor point. She's either she's either at the temple or she's at this guy's house because that guy's house is also south. His
The Bayushi looks at you. Whose house?
Not encampment. Oh,
He said he wasn't there.
Yeah.
No,
the
I
queen
told him
wasn't there.
about. I told him about the whole. I told him. So he'll. Well, you'll. It's not Simon. It's
He's Simon.
Yeah, I know. Right.
About Corin?
I know. Corin.
Yes.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, so he looks at the map and he kind of puts his finger where Corin's house is, and then he puts his other finger where the center point is, and he just looks up at the three of you that are gathered there, and he's just like, this is where I would put money. The southern anchor point is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Bayushi-san, I ask you to please. God, he's going to make me pay for this later because scorpions never forget a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Go and tell them what's going. Explain to the Daimo what's going on. Tell the my Shinjuka, the
What?
Phoenix,
The Shugenja?
Shigenja.
my
yeah.
Shukenja, Shinjuka, sorry, my Shukenja,
Mhm.
the Phoenix, because he's also a Shukenja. Because they need to know because this is a magical issue and they might need to do magic to defend it.
The Shiba-san is a Yojimbo. He's not a Shugenja.
Oh, I thought he was I thought the Phoenix was a Shuken. Okay.
No, the Kitsuki is the Shugenja.
Okay, then tell the Kishuki.
Yep.
And okay. And we are gonna head south and F up their plans by destroying the other anchor points and we're getting my wife.
So would you like me to send Bayushi Taimara to the temple to the south?
Yes.
Oh, better yet. I look at. Hold on, because we have a resource that I didn't even think about trying to pull.
Oh wait, no, we have those
Okay.
children. We're fine.
Hold on. I look at Ugo-san.
The Guru?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guro-san.
Yes. Yeah.
I walk up to him and I go, you are working with a group of Imperial magistrates.
Correct. Emerald
This
magistrates.
This puts the Imperial family in direct danger.
Oh.
Get them. Hold on. Get them and go to the temple in the north.
In the south?
We're going to the one in the south. We're going to the south anchor point, right?
Yeah.
Which is the other temple that we were talking about sending somebody to.
The south. To the far south.
Okay, then that's the one that you guys need to go take care of. Because us three, and I point to us three, take care of two places at once. But what's happening here not only threatens the crane, but it It threatens the Imperial family, who is now here.
Yeah. You see him scoop up the red panda. He's just like, I'm on my way.
But this is the same temple. I'm sorry. There are 2 temples to the south. We're going to the same temple.
No,
Yeah.
no. There's one temple to the south that's dedicated to the Fortune of Death.
Okay.
And the
Yeah,
south.
isn't that where we're going?
No.
Oh, we're going to.
The
we're
south
going
anchor point is
to-
Corin's house.
Yeah, but then so once
Oh.
we finish that, I figured we would go farther south. But okay.
Yeah, you could also
Oh,
go
now I
try to
understand.
find the western anchor point.
Oh no! We send them to find the Western anchor point. That's better. That's a better use of that.
Okay.
The Western point, because we can't be at the west and the south at once, but we can send them west.
How far south is the South Temple compared to what we think the Western anchor point is?
The southern temple is a day and a half's march.
Oh, that's right. That's a day and a half's march.
Yeah, it's almost 2 days walking.
Okay, looking at the map, I try to figure out what the west anchor point would be.
Yeah, there's
And
already
I'm
looked at that,
remembering the
yeah.
veins.
yeah, there's like a little
Okay, then
he's
that's-
circled the little area where he thinks that would be the best place.
Okay, then that's where you guys need to go. That's where the Imperial magistrates need to go.
Wait. So we're gonna go 2 days
going
out of
south.
town?
No, we're not going to out of town. We're going to the guy's house, which is the southern anchor point.
So you're giving up on your wife?
No, that's where she is.
Ooh.
Oh, so you
They
think
took
she's
her south.
okay? So and if she's not there, all right, let's go.
Then she's at the temple. They took
Okay.
her south. We think this guy's working with them, and it just also happens to be the anchor point. That's too many coinky dinks for her not to be there.
Mhm,
A
true.
winky dinks.
Coinky
Okay.
dinks.
Right? I can't look at the Discord messages, so
Oh, sorry.
And
you will have
So,
to send it a different way.
Also,
Okay.
as
I saw Adam
upset,
Driver's head pop up, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
As Doji is upset about the stories, I just pat him on the shoulder.
no,
and go,
no, it's not
you gotta
upset.
let her. You gotta let a fisherman fish.
the look I have isn't upset. It's hurt.
Yeah, I'm not mad.
yeah,
I'm
I'm
not
just like-
mad.
I
I'm
just-
disappointed.
I just tap
Yes.
Doji on the shoulder. I just
Hold
put my
on.
arm around
And
Doji. I'm
yeah,
like,
and you
you
know
gotta
why?
let a
And you know
fisherman
why?
tell their story.
No, hold on. And you know why I'm disappointed? Because I thought in all the examples I was
Yeah.
giving them, they would have understood the use of Bushido of telling the truth.
Mhm.
It's still coming out shining. I told the truth. I never lied. But everything I said made things look either really good for us or really bad for the bad guys. But I never lied.
Oh, you.
And I'm disappointed because, like, not only did you lie about me not being there, but you dishonored yourself in front
I
of
do
somebody
always.
you. But it's in front. But you did so in front of somebody you truly care about. And for a samurai,
Mm-hmm.
that's like, why did you do that? It's almost like, in the South, when somebody looks at you and goes, "Oh, bless your heart."
That's your hot. Yeah.
It's
So So
It's
Hida Guro picks up the red panda excitedly. He rushes out to get the rest of his magistrates. You guys end up going to where
right
Corin's...
before we leave.
Yep.
You see me without any grace. I grab 3 cups. Bam, bam, bam. Open a bottle of sake. Pour, and I put down the bottle and I look at you, Goonie,
Oh yeah, here you go. I top his to the rim.
Nice.
and I go,
Sip
and
that,
I
motherfucker.
I look at all 3 of you, and I'm like, this is how we started.
Why am I holding a fake sake cup?
Yeah,
I
bro.
know, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah,
I was doing this.
Yeah. Hold up,
And I got the sake.
hold up your
And I
cups.
go, this is how we started this journey.
Excuse me.
It didn't end well for me, but I hope it does this time.
Different sake. Boom. You make your way south to Corin's house using the map that the Bayushi has generously given Kuni. And as you approach his small estate, you can see that the front gate is kind of ajar. There is a light in the second story.
On the way there,
Yeah.
we put Kuni in armor.
So you have light armor
Alright. Okay.
now.
Proper armor.
Yeah. And as you walk into the house, there you notice that there's no servant. There is a plate of half-eaten food, excuse me, on the table. Upstairs, you can hear what sounds like the lapping of water. And as you climb up, there is a slightly kind of slid open door to what looks like a bathroom. And as you walk up and open the door, you notice that Corin is lying in the bath, unclothed, with a
Why's everyone naked?
katana and a wakizashi sticking out of him.
That's not where those go.
And as you sit here in what should be the southern anchor point to whatever ritual these people are doing, and you've sent off your friend and the rest of the Emerald Magistrates to the western point to find that anchor point, this is where we'll end our episode today, on a nice little cliffhanger for all of you. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us. As always, please continue to keep your distance. Please continue to wear your masks. Please continue to wash your hands. And if you haven't gotten vaccinated, please get vaccinated. And of course, I'm putting, if you're watching live on Twitch, I'm putting some phone numbers in our chat in case you need any help, because mental health should not be stigmatized or tabooed in any way, shape, or form. So if you feel like you need help, please seek it, because we are not in this alone. We are suffering together. And it is something that I wholeheartedly think can really change a person's trajectory if you just kind of reach out, or you're not afraid to reach out and get help. So if you're a strong personality, if you're a friend of somebody that is a strong personality, or someone that is always kind of happy-go-lucky, please reach out, because you never know. The face of depression can always be faked behind a smile. So please take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And I will see you on Friday for our Star Wars Out in the Dark finale. And if not, I will be seeing you in a couple of weeks as I relocate to a new city and get my feet kind of planted in new soil. So please, until next time, take care of yourselves.